Tick tock, tick tock. Time is running out to fire into the Drafters Championship. There is massive overlay, the best tournament to play in all of best ball right now. And you have less than 2 days to enter it. Let's get into some of these contests. What is up, everybody? We are here to do another drafter stream. We have been firing these because, quite frankly, you have to be firing this tournament if you're still playing best ball. It is 50,000 people away from filling. We have real football games in 2 days on Thursday night, which means it's probably not going to fill. There's probably going to be a ton of overlay on this tournament. So we need to get as many bullets into it as possible. Drafters is offering a season-long ticket reward program. For the first 10 you draft, you get a ticket. First 25 you draft, you get another bonus ticket. After 50 you draft, you get 2 bonus, and 100 is 3 bonus. We're trying to at least get to that 50 mark to get another 2 bonus tickets. But you don't want to hear me talk. You don't want to hear me yap. You know about the tickets. You know that Drafters is the best place to be drafting at the moment. So I think what we need to do right now is jump right in to one of these tournaments. So let me share my screen here. And we're not only going to fire one tournament, we're going to fire 2 at the same time because we are trying to get as much of this, trying to get into as many of these as we can. So we're going to file. We're going to file in a line all evenly. And we're going to jump into one, and we'll jump into a second. Well, we'll wait for this one to fill, and then we'll jump into the second. But we are going to get into these drafters tournaments. While we're waiting, obviously we've already talked about why you should be drafting on drafters. But also tonight, it's Tuesday. We should have the lab tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern over in the Spike Week Discord. You get the link. Eric drops that around 6, usually on the dot. And you can talk to some of the names that you usually see in these drafts, talking strategy. Feel like tonight's going to be a reflective show of the year, more so than anything, but I could be wrong. Maybe we're forward thinking. Maybe we're just going to be starting to talk about what we're doing next year on September 3rd. I'm sure the 2025 tournaments are going to be dropping any minute now, as they seem to come earlier and earlier every single year. Let's get some music going as we do on the solo streams. Let's get this tournament filled. I feel like we shouldn't be waiting. We should be snapping these in. Where is everybody? Let's get these drafters tournaments going. Oh, I meant to send in my exposures. I did it last night, but I've drafted a few more teams since. All right, let's go to draft. See where we're at. Got Moxie in here. See DeLudo in here. He's been on quite a few of these. All right, well, we're waiting for that to fire. Let's go ahead and join our next contest. And here we go. All right, we're drafting at the 8 spot today in this first tournament, which has been generally the Breece Hall, Justin Jefferson decision. I feel like a lot of the time when I'm around here. Or maybe they're usually gone. I'm actually thinking about the 7 spot. Jamar falls sometimes. I didn't even click the I am ready button to make it so that we could get to 11 out of 12, as is tradition. I'm just failing all around here. We'll be doing another drafter stream tomorrow, and I need to figure out what time the tournament is wrapping up on Thursday, but maybe we'll do a countdown to the end of best ball season stream and just fire some drafters drafts while we're waiting for that clock to run out. We can see how much this overlays together, how well we got our money in. Come on, we got to get to 11 out of 12 right before the time clock expires. That is the tradition of drafters. We never actually hit 12 out of 12 because God forbid. Welcome in, Tebow. Glad you're getting some drafts in as well. We will get... I'm going to do back-to-back multi-table drafts today. So we're going to be doing 2 drafts at once. We get the 102 in this one to get us up to 34 drafts. Can we get to the magical 50 number? Tough to say. Tough to say. You're welcome, Best Ball on Call. I do switch between like 10 tracks, in fairness. I don't know many other Best Ball streamers that are able to switch between 10 tracks that aren't the stock StreamYard tracks. So we get that at least. I think I'm going to grab Jamar Chase. And we're going to hope that he plays week 1. But we're going to grab Jamar Chase there. We'll take him in that falling spot. We're drafting him all off season. If I'm going to be able to get some unique Jamar teams, then we're going to do it. Bengals do need to rectify that situation, though, is what I would say. Moxa, you're a beast. You got up to 67 of these things? Hells yeah. I mean, you're at 67. You got to get to 100 for those 3 bonus tickets, right? We can Rocky montage it. Whisper sweet support in the Discord. You can do it, Moxie. You only have to do 37 more drafts, 33 more drafts. You have to average 2 an hour. What is sleep? Who needs it? When there's overlay to chase. This is practically free money is what you just tell anyone that's giving you shit. Right? Like, do you like free money? Because this is free money that I get in January, most likely. And when I say most likely, it just means that you're most likely going to win the tournament. Drafters will definitely pay you. You have to draft the right team. I mean, but everyone that's watching this is going to draft great teams. I don't know how I don't do a Nico Jamar Chase team. Only 7% of my Nico teams are Jamar Chase, so let's go ahead and do it. I have a lot more Achan and Debo, and definitely a lot more neighbors with Jamar Chase. Totally understand that, Tebow. I jumped in a little later than I normally would have, but I think it was a mistake. I think I should have been hitting a lot more drafters, personally, especially with all the ticket programs that they're running. Like, the amount of free entries you could have got to this contest, not you specifically, but just people in general. I think I made a mistake not taking advantage of that a little bit. And I'm trying to rectify some of that mistake over the last 2 weeks. So 90% of what I'm doing or more lately has been on drafters. In terms, I don't think I might do one more sprint on underdog, maybe. That would Maybe that won't be on stream. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. Maybe is the key word here. And on DK, I think the only thing I want to do on DK is get 2 more of the September only ones in the secret tournament, the one that they hid from society. So I want to get 2 more of those because I think that's fun. I think having that September sweat is a lot of fun. That's why I like the eliminator style tournaments as well. I just like being able to check it and have a sweat, right? That's fun. Drafters is fun to check because you just start off with out bye week, so like you can watch yourself really yo-yoing up and down the board based on bye week situations. Thanks for being here for the summer best ball on call. Very much appreciated every time you stop by. Every time all of you stop by and press that like and subscribe button, it is great news for us. It allows us to do more of these. So the draft hacker is telling me do not draft Rashee Rice because you keep doing this, you idiot. So I have a lot of Rashee Rice with Chase and Nico Collins. So we'll see what happens. I'm not going to say I'm not going to do it because, you know, I'm an adult and I'm allowed to do things, but Rashee Rice does go. I would have definitely been down to take DJ Moore. I don't have any Steph Diggs with Jamar Chase or Nico, so we can set up that double. Actually, I know that's a lie because I know I went ham easy earlier today with Houston, and I did a Nico Diggs Tank Dell team. So we won't be doing that again. But I did that earlier today. So, oh my God, are we even paying attention in this other draft? Oh my God, we autoed Christian McCaffrey? I forgot we were in the other draft. God damn it. Now I got, oh my God, I have 2 CMC teams that God damn it. This is a freaking nightmare. What an absolute train wreck of a situation. Oh my God. I'm sorry you guys had to see that. I'm sorry you had to see that travesty. Oh, Jesus Christ. I don't even know what to say. This is a sad day in my house. I'm trying to feed my family and they make me draft Christian McCaffrey at the 102. God damn it. We are sad. All right, something I want to do is pull up Trey McBride a little bit more. I know that most people in that situation would be looking at Kelsey, but I want to do a little more pull up of Trey McBride in this 4th round. DeLudo, you relax over there. Those are not my 2 best teams. By any means. What's the widest I'll stack a team? Al, you didn't even come into the chat to tell me that I was on the clock to stop this travesty from happening. It's like you guys want to see me fail. Trying to do 2 drafts. I can usually multi-table pretty easily, and I just went blank that we were doing that other team. Completely blank. And Al sets us up for failure. by taking CD Lamb first, making it so that I see this is everybody else's fault but mine. If you haven't realized, I'm finding a way to blame everyone else. Oh my god. The widest I'll stack a team, I mean, I feel like that's a tough question to answer because team prices are so different across the board. So there's certain teams like Green Bay that I'm fine with just like stacking up, 4 players from them, or sometimes even 5, because you can kind of pick and choose. But other teams, the draft capital you're spending, like I did it with Houston earlier just because I wanted to see how I could make it come out. And it's not something I want to do a ton of, or even more than one of those. I just wanted to see what a full Houston stack would look like. So I did it. But I would say I would not recommend doing the full Houston triple wide receiver. I don't even know what to do now that happened. It's disgusting. Disgusting. What are you gonna do, Drew Cat? We will take Rome. Shoot for a bit of upside. We will not miss our pick again. Al Boogie. Thanks a freaking lot. Absolute train wreck. I don't even know what to do. I've never drafted a CMC team. I don't even know how to do it. Like what do you do? Like you gotta take Sam Laporta here, right? Feels like the right play. He falls. I take Sam Laporta. Al Boogie's not going to be mean. He was already mean once. He's not going to be mean and screw me on this turn pick. I got to take Laporta. Well, he's bleeding the clock over there. We will flip back over here. I think it's pretty obvious where we're going with this pick. Okay. All right, I'm going to take Jaden Reed here. I'm going to flip over. And we're obviously going to take Jalen Hurts to stack up with Devonta Smith. So we start Christian McCaffrey. I don't know what to do with my hands because I don't know what you do with Christian McCaffrey. Chris Olave, Devonta Smith. We get Sam Laporta. We grab Jalen Hurts. And we have to dig out from this. Why Laporta? Because if I'm going to get stuck with a CMC team, I am going to try to do it with some of the more unique combinations that I can get. And Laporta was like 7 picks past ADP, which I normally don't care about, but I do in that situation where he's probably the most unique pairing. And then getting Jalen Hurts 5th, I would assume that the CMC Laporta Hurts combo is relatively not done too often. So that's why I did that. I would, because my guess is usually if you get CMC Smith Hurts is usually the 4th round pick, right? And Laporta's already gone by the time it comes back. So that's why I grabbed Laporta there. What's going on, Who Hames? Yeah, so we had to take Laporta to push Hurts to the 5th because Al Boogie, although you can take Hurts unstacked, it's more likely that he's going to pass on Hurts because he doesn't have either of the stacking partners. So that was the whole thought process behind doing it that particular way. Would I like another receiver in general? But again, if I'm not building CMC teams, then I need to, and I auto him, I need to do it in the most unique way possible, in my opinion, without like going stupid with it. Oh, very nice. Who Hames? Very, very nice. Oh no, it's got nothing to do with week 17. Not in this tournament. Thanks for trying to. You guys are trying to set me up for failure. We are offended. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna grab Christian Watson because he doesn't make it back to us. And I know you're probably thinking something, but we're gonna try to push that situation because Tank Dell is on the other side of the board, and we won't say anything else about it. We don't want people ruining that for us. Okay, we have weathered the storm, the CMC storm that we didn't want to have to weather, but here we are. Huham says that he feels weird taking a week 17 bringing back, even if it's the best player on drafters. Mentally, I feel like I'm doing something wrong. Well, if it makes you feel better, a lot of them are division games, so they are playing each other twice. So you can play that side of the fence if need be. We were okay. That threw me a little bit. I don't think Al is going to let me push either of these receivers back, so we're just going to take the guy that I have a massive stance on. Big Jaden Reed there. We are on the clock here. We did not get Stroud because people don't know how to play best ball. But I don't have like hardly any Burrow, so let's continue to make that stand, and let's grab Ramondre. You thought I was going to take Burrow, and I didn't. Uh-oh. Yeah. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We're back. Everybody just relax. We're back. Everything's going to be okay. Al Boogie bled his clock to help us out there. He grabs Demont. I think... Where am I at on Swift? I want to be overweight Swift, personally. Swift is the perfect example to me of a guy, like not Josh Jacobs from the profile of Josh Jacobs, but do you remember where everyone was on Swift a few years ago? Thank you, Al Boogie. Appreciated. But now he's going in the range that he should have always been going in my opinion, because I wouldn't take him in the second round a few years back. I thought everyone was insane for taking DeAndre Swift there. But I think 7th, 8th round DeAndre Swift makes a ton of sense. And I'm fine mixing him in and being a little overweight him, especially with the way the collective the people that watch these streams for the most part, where we're pounding wide receivers early, and then this is the range we start going in. For running backs, I think I want to be overweight most of them that are in this range. Ford's one that I haven't been getting enough of throughout all my tournaments probably, but I'm overweight Pollard, I'm overweight Stevenson, I'm overweight Javonte, I'm overweight Aaron Jones, overweight DeAndre Swift, who went a little bit more early than we went on our other draft, maybe. No, same range. So like that's my point, is because I'm getting overweight wide receivers, other positions, and I'm usually waiting for my first or second running back to come from this range, I feel like I need to be overweight a good chunk of those guys to make a lot of the builds make sense. It's not a hard player stand by any means. So the guy that makes more sense for me here is Jordan Love. I'd rather take Love with the Reed Watson double than to grab Joe Burrow with that Jamar Chase stack. And if somehow he comes back, then, you know, maybe. But we're fine with it. We're fine if he doesn't. It's actually probably preferable to not have to make that decision in this one. We're going to do 2 more after this. Again, I'm trying to get some volume in on these drafts. Burrow goes. Does he go to the Higgins drafter? Negative. I autoed Joe Burrow earlier without Higgins or Chase and had to figure out a way to create a Cincinnati backstack. Blew it immediately. Should have grabbed Chase Brown and didn't draft him. Felt like an absolute idiot after that. And I ended up still making it work, like, you know, with duct tape and chewing gum with Yoshi Voss, and I went with Eric All in the last round. So there are ways to do it. It is not always the worst case scenario, especially when they're falling. But yeah. Really wanted B-Rob there. That was really who I wanted to get in that spot. Let's grab Dowdle. Get this draft loaded up, which is McCaffrey. Ugh. Olave, Devonta Smith, Laporta, Jalen Hurts, Jaden Reed, DeAndre Swift is what we are looking at the moment. We're 2 picks away. We got Swift, McCaffrey. I would really... Okay. Formulating ideas here. Trying to figure out how I want to play this. See Pollard go. I want Dobbs here. We'll see what Al Boogie does. And I'm going to grab Jordan Love again and get the Reed Dobbs double to go with Hurts, which is a combo that I don't have. And I do think that occasionally I want to get some of those that Jaden Daniels, Jordan Love range of quarterbacks with some of my elite QBs, because I think everyone pushes the second one when they get elite. Oh no, Al. Not by me, though. Just remember, I was nice. I didn't do anything to disrupt your team. I was just hanging out, being a great guy, just drafting Trey Benson, who's not great for this team that we have right here. Unstacked Dak is even more unstacked because Ferguson goes before it gets back to him. All right, we need to get back on this screen. Are looking at a 1-3-6-1 build on this team, which is Chase, Nico, Steph Diggs, 2 Houston guys. Did not get CJ Stroud. He went unstacked. We got Trey McBride, Rome Odunze, Jaden Reed, Christian Watson, Ramondre Stevenson, Jordan Love to complete that Green Bay double. We got Rico Dowdle, Trey Benson. We are a bit weak at the RB position, but we are going to be able to add Ty Chandler or J.K. Dobbins. And these guys are super close to me, but I think with the Trey Benson pick, I do want someone that can at least start the season, at least the first quarter of the first game before he gets hurt. We'll take J.K. Dobbins before he figures out another way to sabotage our teams. So, but Chandler, those guys are a coin flip, like in a vacuum for me. I probably like Chandler a little bit better. But based on the roster construction, we will go with J.K. Dobbins and hope that he figures out how to play football. What's he making? $53 this year? Something like that. All right. I still can't believe that I bought 2 CMC teams this summer. I think I did take CMC and the $2 drafters that I maxed. Like, because I think of the formats, I think he's the worst case in underdog. I think the next step up is drafters, and I think he's best case scenario on DK. Like, I mean, obviously he's a hell of a pick on all 3 sites, but I think that if you were to do it per site, he's probably a little bit better of a pick on DraftKings than anywhere just because of the bonuses. So that is the way I look at that. This team is a 2-2-4-1 build where we are just getting absolutely slaughtered at the wide receiver position. It's absolutely a massacre. We're going to take A.D. Mitchell. We're going to see what Al Boogie decides to do on this end. Our running backs on this team are CMC, DeAndre Swift, and that's it. He takes Jonathan Brooks. This would have been a fine Jonathan Brooks team. It could be an okay quorum team. I think I'm going to take Jerry Jeudy, though. Everybody go tell Archer, since he is not allowed to talk about Jerry Jeudy in the Discord ever again, or at least anytime soon. But that's where we're at. Okay, we are cruising through this first draft. We're 1 pick away. And one of our favorite picks is on the board. Some are saying that 33% Zach Charbonnet is too much, but what I respond with is, yeah, but I only have 7% of my teams of him with Jamar Chase. So justification is there to draft him. So that gives us a 1-5-6-1 build where we are cooking up some team stacks. We have a Green Bay double. We have the 2 Houston receivers. We have also Trey Benson and Trey McBride. Some are calling it the double Trey. Did not realize that they had the same name until now. Yeah, I'm with you, Huhames. Like Sharbs, I think Sharbs is. I think we did this the other day. Sharbs is my highest exposure player. It's him and like Chase Brown. Like I think Sharbs, I have a little bit more of. I do like Kenneth Walker more, but we're looking at pricing. We know that they are the 2 guys there. I don't know if Kenneth Walker really profiles as a bell cow back. If he is, then great. Like, sure. But then Sharp still has the contingent value, right? So that's where I would be at with it. All right. What do we do when we're in the spot? We're going to take Braylon Allen. We're just going to do this huge RB run. And try to get some upside with Braylon Allen. And it is time for a new song. We have a 2261 build here, which is very scary. But I mean, how much of that bell cow, like, are they really going to give him like a? I can't imagine he's getting even 80% of the carries there. Like, what is their interpretation of a bell cow back? Is what I would say. And what's his leash? These are things we just don't know. Legitimately. Yeah, this is the point Huhames is making. The coach speak is why he's falling, but there is no one of value behind Sharps. Two-man show. So, again, if I had to pick one, it's going to be Kenneth Walker, but his price is almost prohibitive. So we pivot and we grab a lot of Charbonnet. I think it's just an easy bet to make, personally. Charbonnet goes there. We're going to take Tyler Algier. It hurts my soul because we all know that if he hits, that means that I'm quite literally poor. But on this team, we can take Tyler Algier and hope that some of his standalone value plays out. We see Mason and McMillan go, making Ray Davis a relatively easy click for us in that spot. I feel like I don't need to take Zeke on a team with McCaffrey and DeAndre Swift. If my second running back were like, you know, Blake Corum, Trey Benson, Jonathan Brooks, then Zeke would make more sense. Obviously, we are supposed to be picking over here. We can't miss the pick. We have 14 seconds. We want Wandale to go on this team as a PPR god, hopefully this year. Usable weeks from Wandale. If we had gotten Joe Burrow, that would have been a Yoshi Voss pick. But I'm going to take Wandale for now. That is the game plan. How many am I trying to get in total? I would love to hit 52, I guess, because of the 2 tickets you get at 50. I don't know if that's going to happen. It's going to be really hard for me to hit that number. I have shows tonight, which I cannot be drafting while I'm on those shows. So I have a lot of recording to do tonight. Still work a full-time job, so I got to do that during the day tomorrow. I'm going to stream after that. Going to do a couple drafts. It's going to be close, but I don't know. I got to see what time we can draft until on Thursday too. I keep meaning to look at that, but I didn't. Nice job, Al Boogie. Free tickets are nice. We love free tickets. Wandale also helps us do a Daniel Jones build. And I'm just going to grab now because I have been seeing these weird quarterback runs happening, and I just want Daniel Jones for multiple reasons. So for me, he was the most important pick on this particular team with Jordan Love. If we're going to do him with Wandale. We're 5 away over here. This is our 2-4-6-1 build where we have Hurts and Love along with CMC. I can't even believe I had to say those words on stream. DeAndre Swift, Tyler Algier, Ray Davis, Chris Olave, Devonta Smith, Jaden Reed, Romeo Dobbs, A.D. Mitchell, Jerry Jeudy, and Sam LaPorta. This is how out of it I am and how attached I am to Charbonnet. I was just looking at the Charbonnet team. I'm like, when the hell did I draft Jalen Wright? I don't remember doing that because I didn't. Because I didn't draft Jack Charbonnet on this team. All right, 2 away, 2 away, 2 away. So I think this is a double Braylon Allen with the 2 picks. I think we have enough in the tank here that we can get to Braylon Allen. We are on the clock over here as well. And pretty comfortable with taking Estime here as another RB. This is the one that we really punted RB, so Estime makes sense to me on that team to grab. Al Boogie just took Baker. I'm pretty okay to not take what I was thinking here. Let's take Marshawn Lloyd, who is actually back practicing. Just build up a huge Green Bay situation here where we have Love, Dobbs, Reed, and Lloyd just onslaught this Green Bay team, which I don't mind doing. 5 away here on our 2-7-7-1 build. Don't think we need any more quarterbacks at the moment. And so we got a double. Okay. All right. I'm going to be pulling somebody up here because I think they are more important for my team than some others, but I want to get Theo Johnson as my tight end 2 here to pair with McBride. I'd rather have him than some of the other picks that are on the board at the moment. So we're just going to make sure we get him. That's how I'm playing it. All right, let's move to this song. I also like Lloyd. I've liked Lloyd all season. I had to stop taking him for a while when the injury came because he was one of my highest exposure players. But I love building Green Bay teams, obviously. We're building 2 right now. So getting that late price on Lloyd, who's back practicing, is really nice. Both of these numbers going at the same time is concerning. We don't love that. We don't love that. DeLudo getting Malik Washington in the 17th round. That is a steal, sir. That is an absolute steal at this point. Nicely done. Nicely done. We all applaud you. You got the value of the late rounds. Congratulations. So this is the 2-6. Oh my God. I picked wrong. We're only 2 away over here. We're 1 pick away here. This is our 2772 build. This is our Green Bay, New York Giants team that we're building out. I think Hyatt is just going to be a pretty easy smash at the end here. We build out this Giants 4-man, but we don't even start taking them till the 15th round. So around 15, Wandale, around 16, Daniel Jones, 18, Theo, and 19, Jalen Hyatt. 16th round over here on a 2-6-6-1 build with Laporta as our tight end 1. I would like to get back to drafting wide receivers, and we're going to draft Marvin Mims because we can't stop doing it. We are possessed with the spirit of someone that loves Marvin Mims. I don't know where I was going with that. You understand, though. You know what I was talking about. Relax. Everybody just relax. Did Noah Brown already go? Oh, you son of a bitch, Al. You absolute son of a bitch. How dare you? All right, well, I guess we'll grab Juwan. Ah, we're on the clock here, too. Al just ruining not 1 but 2 drafts by taking Noah Brown when I wanted him. We will end this team. Just close your eyes. Don't even look at me drafting Cam Akers. Don't report me to the police. We have a little bit of time. We'll go over this team. We had Jordan Love and Daniel Jones at QB with mega stacks on both teams. We have Ramondre, Rico, Trey Benson, J.K. Dobbins, Zach Charbonnet, Braylon Allen, Estime, Cam Akers. At running back, wide receivers are Jamar, Nico Collins, Stephon Diggs, Roma Dunze, Jaden Reed, Christian Watson, Wandale, Jalen Hyatt, and tight ends are Trey McBride and Theo Johnson. Pretty fun little team that we put together there. No, that's okay, Al. I just did not expect him to be gone at that point. It was a great pick. I just was like, you know what? Let's get our Noah Brown exposure up. Is what we will do. Three rounds left in this God forbid CMC team that we drafted. Very, very sad times. This is a 2-6-7-2 build with Hurts and Love. I really wish I knew what to do with the third receiver situation for Philly. I know the position hasn't mattered, like, basically at all the last few years. But God, just like even thinking about who to draft there. What's going on, Benny? Welcome in, welcome in. But even just like having a clue, like I've taken like sprinkle shots on like Johnny Wilson and stuff, but we don't love it. Yeah, I do. I have done the Dotson thing. It doesn't feel great though. I hate clicking the button. I hate how late in the season they traded for him. Like he's probably better in the playoff format stuff where he has time to adjust to the system. If it's taking him 6 or 7 weeks, it sucks. I mean, I know he's a late round pick, so like whatever, but you know, I still want a route to production if possible. Or like at least know what that route is. And it's just, I just think he's a huge question mark. I mean, obviously they do like him if they're trading for him. All right, so 2672. Let's grab Troy Franklin. It doesn't feel great. As I say, how much I want there to be some front end production. We'll try to get one of these Denver wide receivers right. Will we? Probably not. I don't think anyone. Sean Payton's probably not going to get them right. But we'll survive. All right, so McCaffrey, Swift, Algier, Ray Davis, Braylon Allen, Marshawn Lloyd. We don't want. Oh, it's gross. We don't love it. We don't love it. We will take De'Ami Brown. We'll just take a flyer that maybe he ends up doing something in his life. Oh my God, imagine. Could you imagine if that's the correct answer? I refuse, Al Boogie. I refuse to grab Tim Patrick. I will not be DPJ'd by Tim Patrick. Do you like that phrasing? YouTube doesn't know what to think right now. They have no idea what I was talking about. Very confusing situation for them. Should we censor it? Should we delete the stream? We don't know. Gotta stay on your toes, censors. We're sorry, YouTube. We love you. Please never delete any of our streams. We are grateful that you allow us to stream on this platform day after day, these drafters contests, so that everybody can see them and jump in and we can make $500,000. That's where we're at with that. That is where we're at with that. Ooh, spicy take. We think that Davante Adams is going to get traded to Denver. I just don't see the purpose, though. What would the purpose of Davante Adams going to Denver be? Like, in order for that to happen, Denver would have to be like 4-1 and just looking really good, and that they need to just add a wide receiver. Can't imagine Denver's trading for Davante Adams. But we would love for them to get traded. We are going to finish off this team. We're going to be bringing on a guest, someone that works behind the scenes at Spike Week. to enjoy two drafters drafts with us. After we make this very important and crucial 20th round pick, when we have to think of, do we want to draft Kendre Miller or Trey Tucker or Miles Sanders or Jawan Jennings? These are the questions that we think about 3,000 times a year right now. Too often, some are saying. Too often are we thinking about these 20th round picks. And although I have arguably one of the best tight ends in all of the NFL, we're going to shoot for some upside. I want Ja'Tavion Sanders in case he actually does anything. This team is an Eagles and Green Bay stack. Jalen Hurts, Jordan Love. We auto-drafted CMC. We are wrecked. We are in shambles. We are upset. Our exposures have been compromised. People are going to see that I drafted him. I'm going to be called a fraud, a phony, a fake. And then we drafted DeAndre Swift, Tyler Algier, Ray Davis, Braylon Allen, Marshawn Lloyd. We also have Chris Olave, Devonta Smith to pair up with Jalen Hurts, Jaden Reed, Romeo Doubs for that double stack that also goes with Marshawn Lloyd. So that whole Green Bay onslaught. A.D. Mitchell, Jerry Jeudy, Marvin Mims, Troy Franklin. We found both of the useless Denver Broncos wide receivers, De'Ami Brown, who doesn't even know how to get onto the football field. We also have Sam Laporta, Jawan Johnson, and Ja'Tavion Sanders. So that is the roster for this team. We are going to go back. We are going to begin our registration process. Words, can I say them? No, I cannot. We're going to join the next two drafts so that we don't mess up. And we are going to bring on the man behind the music, Jesse Wilkins, here in 1 second as I find the button to bring him on.
I'm here. I'm just on the other side. Look at me over here.
Look at you over there. This is what we have to do on Drafter. So for those of you who don't know, I'm going to turn the music down a little bit because I am deaf and I will not be able to hear Jesse talk. Jesse does a lot of the production behind the scenes for us here at Roto Grinders, helps out with that, produces all of the music that you listen to, stream after stream after stream. So for those of you that were saying that you heard this music in your dreams at night, he is actually the man responsible, not myself. So
I hear it in my nightmares at night. So that's good.
So yes, that is part of Jesse's gig here. He's been producing music for quite some time. He also is one of my co-hosts over at Hometown Ghost Stories.
It is true. It's a pleasure to be on. Dream come true. Absolute honor.
Well, Jesse, we're going to be drafting on Drafters, as everyone knows, is cumulative scoring.
Indeed. Yeah, actually, I just did a Drafters draft. Same tournament. This is the $15 milli, right?
This is the $15 milli.
Nice.
And very we good. Get blessed with the 103. And you can't make me take Tyreek Hill.
I'm fine with Amon-Ra or Bijan.
You don't have to twist my arm to draft Bijan Robinson. Maybe we'll get that rare CD Lamb fall to the 103.
I've noticed him falling a bit. I had the 105 in an underdog draft yesterday, and he fell to me. I was like, all right, well, twist my arm, why don't you?
105 on underdog for CD?
Yeah, it was weird.
Wow.
It was a really weird draft. There was just quarterbacks flying off, like quarterbacks that would have never gone. I think Caleb Williams went in the 4th round. I'm like, dude, you could have waited some time. You could have taken your time. There was a really weird draft, and it was one of the $15 or $20 ones. So I was shocked.
That is very interesting.
But I'll take it. I mean, it was cool. I was able to do a little Dak stack later on. Kind of obviously waited for Dak, but
yeah, of course. All right, we are in our first draft. We're going to be doing two at the same time. I hope you're ready for the chaos, Jesse. Huhaim says, wait, you're out on Tyreek? Yes, I'm out on Tyreek this year in the sense that I'm not drafting him, which means I am out on him. I have made this decision based on trying to get overweight, double the field on a lot of the first round picks. And in order to do that, you have to remove some of the players. So I was zeroing out CMC and Tyreek Hill from my player pool, which has allowed me to basically double up and get 16% of all the other players in that range, which is the way I wanted to play it. It's the way I want to play it most years. It just becomes you're taking away two great players. So do we want to do a Bijan team here?
I'm cool with Bijan.
Let's do Bijan.
So in this one, when you say you're doing 2 entries,
oh yeah, we're drafting two teams.
So the other one hasn't started yet. Okay, I wasn't sure if it was just going to enter the same lineup in twice. All right, I got you. I've never done that.
Oddly, we get the 103 in both of them. So we can do an Amon-Ra team or whatever seems to fall our way when this one starts. But yeah, we are double. So it takes a little bit of thought as you're switching between the two teams, as you're multi-tabling, as the kids say. Look how cool I am with my backwards hat. Let CD follow you? Never, Al. I can't let that happen.
Which draft is Al in?
I'm
guessing the one that hasn't started yet, the one that CD hasn't gotten taken yet. Okay.
Correct. CD went in the 101 in our first one here. CD's been going 101 in most of our drafts today. So we're seeing that. But yeah, we're doing more than one because we are trying to hit the 50 number on this tournament, but I'm not sure I'm going to quite get there. We're trying though. We are putting everything into it, giving it our all. So that's where we're at.
No, in the swing around here for round 2.
Before
we're going to make our pick first here. Yeah,
we're gonna.
Oh. All right, so you're anti-CMC. Okay, he's gone anyways. Yeah, I think we go Amon-Ra here. Although I will say, while you've been omitting Tyreek Hill from all your drafts, I've been in the same position with Jamar Chase.
Ooh, spicy. Is that because you're concerned about what's going on with the contract situation?
Not really. It's just there's other players in that range that I'm happier taking. I don't know. It's once I get to that like 105 position, I kind of pivot elsewhere. I have a couple of them, but for the most part, I'm either grabbing Amon-Ra there or Achan or whoever. It just doesn't seem like Jamar Chase. I don't know, for me, it just doesn't seem like the right pick. But I wouldn't mind a couple builds there. All right, so where are we at here?
We are coming up on the clock on our Bijan team. We are looking at some players that I won't draft, but some players that I like to draft. We are possibly in the running to get Malik Neighbors here. We could do DK Metcalf, Jalen Waddle, Devonta Smith.
I trend to go either in this position. Since we already have a running back, I wouldn't be interested in Saquon, but either Neighbors or Waddle in this spot.
All right, so that's when we start to consult our handy dandy draft hacker. Neighbors does go. I'm fine with Waddle. We're not super overweight Waddle with Bijan, so we can do that. I'll stay on this one, and I'd probably want to hit another wide out here. Do you like Metcalf, Devonta Smith, Ayuk?
I usually go towards Devonta Smith in this situation. But I'm pretty underweight on Ayuk. I'm not opposed to dabbling in some Ayuk. But which quarterback do you trust more? I think Smith would probably be the better play.
Yeah, I'm fine with either. If either of them drop to us, we see Devonta Smith go, Rashee Rice goes. They're really trying to tempt us with Devontae Adams here.
They are,
but I can't do it.
Okay,
I can't do it. I have a brand, and that brand was already tarnished by drafting CMC. So we'll give that gift. That's actually not a gift. That's a time bomb that I just handed to somebody. So, LOL to you for thinking you're getting the value on Devontae Adams. All right, we have switched back over to our Amon-Ra team. We are praying to the gods that Debo somehow falls to us, but I am a big fan of Olave. If not,
yeah, Olave is probably the play here. We just took Waddle in the other ones. I think we grab Olave.
We'll grab some Olave, and this draft is setting up nice, Jesse. It's a good mixture of as soon as one's done, We're on the clock in the other one. We can sit there, let it soak in. We're not entertaining the chaos of having to bounce back and forth too much. I enjoy it. I did 3 at one time yesterday, and it was traumatizing, is what I will say.
I don't know if I can handle 3. 2 I could handle. It's just the pain of auto drafting a player that you have no interest in is difficult if you miss that.
It's never fun. Nobody likes it. All right. Satoshi is taking his time. Got to drain out that sweet, sweet clock. He goes with DJ Moore. Anyone on the board that piques your interest?
We were discussing this earlier when we were talking. I am pretty heavy on Pacheco. If we wanted to grab a running back here, otherwise Waddle's still lurking around. I mean, we could get our second Waddle team going here.
Waddle is there.
Kyron Williams to play as well. Honestly, a lot of good options here. Can't really miss.
Let's go with Waddle because I don't have Waddle at all with Amon-Ra St. Brown. So getting an Amon-Ra, Jalen Waddle, a live A team seems fun.
Great start for our wide receiving core.
It is fun. Luckily, in these tournaments, they are full PPR, and we do not have to worry about Week 17 bringbacks. Tebow is in the chat saying that he loves how quick the draft hacker updates after sending over lineups. It's key to have up-to-date info when doing back-to-back drafts. Yes, it is very nice how quick we can get that information so that we can look at our updated exposures. And while we're looking at our updated exposures, do not look at my Mahomes exposure. Don't see that everything is red. Don't worry about it. We only have 30% in this draft. It's fine. We'll all survive. You guys don't have to make fun of me in the chat. All right. What do we have here? So this team that's coming up in 4 picks is Bijan, Waddle, Ayuk. This is going to open us up to a few different combinations of things we can potentially do here, depending on what some of the people in front of us do. Do you like that analysis? Things may happen, basically.
Depending on what happens, other things could happen.
That's why I'm the best in the biz, ladies and gentlemen. I just let you know exactly all these serious outcomes without telling you anything at all.
So 2 picks away. Ooh, I don't know. Can we get a little scroll down a little bit?
Yeah, I was waiting for one more pick, but my question to you is
do we want to go for Xavier Worthy right now? Or do you think we can get him on the swing around?
That is something that I would be interested in. The other thing I was going to be interested in just got blown up. So
what were you thinking? Lamar Jackson, Zay Flowers on the swing around?
Or, oh my God.
Oh no.
Oh my God.
Everything's wrong.
This is an absolute travesty. We're just going to have to ruin everybody's team. I'm down for Flowers here, if you like Flowers.
Yeah, I don't have a ton of Flowers, but I like him.
Let's do Flowers. And what I don't mind here personally is getting Worthy or Kincaid or Andrews. Well, Kincaid goes. We're going to be on the clock in this other one. This one's going. This one's moving.
Oh, we're in a sticky situation here.
Things are happening. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
got to bounce back.
Okay.
The other one has caught up. Worthy does go.
Quarterbacks are flying off the board. I have no problem grabbing Mark Andrews here.
We could grab Andrews. I'm not opposed to unstack Jalen Hurts because it's a 5th round.
We have seen a lot of quarterbacks go. That is, yeah, I think that's probably the safe play. And then we got to go back and check out the other draft.
Yeah,
Quick.
We can figure that out. We got this. We're good. We got 18 seconds. Everything is fine.
For me, I'm either going Josh Jacobs or Xavier Worthy in this situation.
Oh, well, let's grab Worthy. Let's just build out this
super wide receiver team.
Yeah, we'll take a nice 0 RB approach to this. And I would probably want to tap a tight end on the swing back on this team.
I've seen not Josh Jacobs, Trey McBride going so early in all of these drafts. And
Yeah.
I think I'm 0%. I think I grabbed him in one just because it was the cool thing to do. But I'm very low on McBride. I think he's going to be great, but I don't know. Like Mark Andrews, Kincaid should have that year, but Mark Andrews feels like such a safer pick when he drops that low.
Well, I love Mark Andrews, but I think I like McBride just as much, and McBride we can pair with Kyler possibly on the comeback.
Ooh, let's do it.
But I am very much into Mark Andrews teams. Who Hames is saying it took all season, but Zay Flowers finally at a reasonable price. Yeah, one of the guys that I just sort of overlooked more than I would normally want to because of his price. This Hertz team is going to be really interesting to build out. I haven't done a lot of naked ones, but when you can get him in the 5th, I think it's okay. Oh, shit. I didn't even realize that Kyler got pulled up to the 5th in this draft. That's pretty spicy.
Yeah, you've seen him climbing a bit. I mean, people have they just forgotten about his rushing upside? It's like you see these weapons around him now. You're like, all right, we got a little Marvin Harrison Jr. here. That should be good, but he can get it done on the ground as well.
Well, it's the Javonte Williams thing, right? So Javonte Williams comes back from the catastrophic knee injury last year, and people talk themselves into it, knowing that a lot of these injuries, it's the second year back that they look like they did before they got injured. And the memory is he didn't look as good last year as he normally looks, so they let him fall, and then he's been getting moved back up. Javonte Williams is kind of stuck in the same spot. That's a whole different scenario this year, but I also think that is partially with how he looked last year. People are a little scared, and I said 2 years ago that I knew that this was going to be the year to be in on Javonte Williams.
I agree. Yeah, I'm pretty heavy on Javonte this year. He just goes so late. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Just when I think all the running backs, I'm like, all right, all the running backs are gone. I'm like, oh, there's Javonte down there. What's he doing?
A nice safety line. A nice safety line for Javonte Williams. Okay. We are going to be on the clock here in 2 picks. I see a pick that I would like. We'll see if we agree.
We're seeing running backs flying off the board in this round.
Yeah, we're okay with it.
Yeah, I think that just leaves some juicy wide receiver picks for us. I think in this situation, I mean, I like Keenan Allen. I think he's going to be the number 1 over there. We'll see what we get with a rookie quarterback, but JSN's a good pick for me as well. It's up to you.
You think that Keenan's going to be the number 1 in Chicago? That's a spicy take.
I do. I mean, the guy just targets wise. Will he get the most yardage, most touchdowns? Probably not. But I mean, the man just eats targets. We'll see how it is. It's a complete wild card with a rookie quarterback.
Great phrasing, because Fat Keenan has been his name all offseason. So
he doesn't have to run far to get a lot of catches. He could be the little 3-yard dip and dunks,
So we could take DeAndre Swift to double up on this Chicago thing if you wanted to get our first running back. Or JSN's there.
It'd probably be good to address the running back situation at some point here. I like DeAndre Swift.
All right, so we can do a Chicago build here with Keenan Allen, DeAndre Swift. We're going to click back over to where we're 2 picks away here. I think we're going to be able to squeeze and get our QB.
Yeah, I was going to say we might be able to snag Kyler Murray here.
So I think that's the way I would personally like to play this first pick.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, so we'll just do this stack. So right now we have Amon Ra, Chris Olave, Jalen Waddle, Xavier Worthy, Trey McBride, and Kyler Murray. We could have tried to...
I'm liking this.
Yeah, this team's kind of fun.
There's still some workhorse running backs out there, Rashad White or Joe Mixon, if they fall to us. If we're looking to address the running back situation, those guys are going to get the touches.
Yeah, if we wanted either of them, we could continue to ride this 0 RB team as well and push RB 1 more round, get another 5th wide receiver to just dominate the position. Something I'm also okay with. I don't hate JSN in that situation. Lad McConkey's another guy that I would take there as well, if that was something we wanted to do.
Yeah, I think JSN would be the play if he falls one more. If not, I would probably want to adjust the running back. I know we're going 0 RB here, but
All right, let's do JSN. Let's push that RB spot.
I like it.
JSN as our 5th. So this is the Kyler Murray, Trey McBride stack, and then they are just sandwiched by a ton of wide receivers. Amon-Ra, Chris Olave, Jalen Waddle, Xavier Worthy, JSN. I think that is a very fun start. We're going to click back over to our other board where we're 6 picks away. This team is the currently naked Jalen Hurts, Bijan Robinson, DeAndre Swift, Jalen Waddle, Brandon Ayuk, Zay Flowers, Keenan Allen. I was really hoping that a few rounds ago, George Kittle was going to fall to us to set up a San Francisco situation, but Chicago is fine by me. As we come around on this 8th round pick, I'm feeling a lot of the RBs here. I could also be talked into, well, before we give it away, I'll wait till we're a little bit closer. I keep thinking that Double Trouble is you. I'm just so used to your screen names beginning with double. I'm like, why is he in this draft with me? But
that would have actually been a kind of a fun little stream there, just competing teams.
Yeah.
Except we can't talk about our strategy at all.
Yeah. just a staring contest the whole time.
Yeah, with Javonte going.
Ramondre is still there.
Yeah.
I like Ramondre.
So do I.
I could be talked into Bowers, but we can also see if Bowers gets pushed. I'm going to say...
I think Ramondre is a fine pick and might get Bowers on the swing around if we want him.
Maybe. We might get him. So I think the question for us is going to be, if they're both there, do we want Bowers or do we want to get real fun, push tight end, get Caleb Williams as our second quarterback since we have the Chicago build happening?
I say we go Williams.
Let's do it. Let's have fun. Let's have fun. We'll be done with quarterback on that team. Let's switch back to this Kyler, Trey McBride, 0 RB team that we're going through here. Probably going to be looking to possibly double tap running back on this one. What am I at for drafts now? 36 of these things. 14 more by Thursday night.
I just turned this into a 12-hour stream, get it all done today.
Oh my God, never again. Never again. If I ever did a marathon stream again, which I'm brewing an idea for next year, and every time I think about it, I just hate myself more. It's going to ruin my life if I do it. But I have to get those blue blocker glasses because the worst part of that was the eye strain, like halfway through.
Yeah, I've never tried them, but I mean, if people are using them, they
must work, right?
It must help a little bit at least.
Yeah. If the chat wears them, please let me know.
All right, so we're 2 picks away. This is a team is this one where we have no running backs? Yeah, so Ramondre or Tony Pollard, I'd be fine with either of those. Who else do we have if we scroll down a tiny bit? What's C?
We got Ramondre, we got Pollard, Warren. I think we're in a really good spot here.
We actually are, yeah. Plenty of starters here.
I think there's... So do you like Ramondre or Pollard? Do you have a preference?
I mean, honestly, I always have high hopes for Pollard. I'm pretty heavy on Pollard this year, but I'd be fine with either.
Let's take Pollard. We just took Ramondre on the other team, which shouldn't overly impact our decision here, but let's build something a little different. And on the wraparound, I think we're going to get a player that we want as well.
Back-to-back quarterback goes. Bowers
Yeah.
goes off the board. I like Jerome Ford here.
You like Ford over Warren?
I also like Warren. Yeah, because
Oh,
you got to think when. Yeah, no, I'd go Warren if you're cool with Warren. The only thing I worry about with Ford is does he lose his job when Chubb gets back?
yeah. Well, my whole thing. This is such not an analytical take. I just feel like Cleveland has very bad vibes this season. Very,
Yeah, we'll
very bad
see.
vibes in
Yeah,
Cleveland.
it's just you're really not getting what you thought you were going to get with Deshaun Watson. But I mean, they have some weapons over there, so in theory, they should be okay offensively.
And they run the highest play rate in the league. So, like, everything should check out for them, but very scary.
Oh, we're up.
We are up in this one. Yeah, this is our Jalen Hurts, Caleb Williams team. I do think.
Do we have a tight end yet?
I think we should take Goddard right here.
Yeah, okay, we're on the same page.
Let's confirm. I know hasn't been practicing and he's possibly hurt and all that fun stuff, but at least we can get one stack with Jalen Hurts here, pushing him. And I think there's plenty of stuff that can come back to us. We do have 3 running backs. I would have loved to have gotten Rashid Shaheed. That would have been the nuts to me. We do see Judy. A.D. Mitchell's fun. Gabe Davis is fun.
I like Judy in this situation. Again, it's a wild card. We don't know if he's mid or not, but we'll see how he is with a new quarterback.
Oh, we know he's mid, but we are in the middle.
We also don't know if Deshaun Watson's going to be mid as well. He hasn't been the same guy since he came back. So,
Who Hames also believes that Cleveland has an implosion feel to them. I mean, that vibe-based take can turn around immediately if Deshaun ends up sitting and Jameis Winston comes in and just, pulls the Joe Flacco from last year.
Can we talk about Taysom Hill? Because I believe it was either on DraftKings or Underdog that they have him just straight up listed as a quarterback now.
Yeah, it depends. Like, a lot of times it depends when the tournament launches. So whatever it launches, it goes by what the team listed depth chart is, I believe. And he's moved a few times this year on the depth chart positionally. So some tournaments you will see him as a quarterback, some you'll see him as a tight end. And I think he's such a value in the ones that he is a tight end. But I never take him as a QB. The only way I would take him as a QB is in like a super flex league.
Yeah, I don't know why he was listed there. So I did not grab him because he was at the quarterback position. I already had to, but kind of an interesting take on Taysom Hill. Are they that strapped for quarterback over there? I know it's kind of a situation over there in New Orleans.
Well, he's kind of always their emergency quarterback, right?
Of course, yeah.
So they keep him on the roster for multiple reasons, but he is always like they do it for depth chart purposes. However they want to play him.
Just find it strange the way that some of these fantasy sites label him. Like, he's not going to be the quarterback all year, So,
well, the best was last year when one of the sites changed his position halfway through drafting, and people lost their goddamn minds, and rightfully so.
Yeah, I mean that just completely destroys your entire build there.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we found with Shaheed here as we talk about New Orleans. Wicks is fun. Do you want to go wide receiver here?
We can go wide receiver. We can take Wicks.
Wicks sounds good.
Wicks sounds good for this team.
Let the dog out real quick and remind my kids that I don't love them, and I'll be right back.
All right, that's perfect. But we are going to be taking a RB on this wraparound. Do want to get more Chuba. Or we can take Trey Benson as well, which stacks up with our Arizona team that we got going on here. Samaje Perines up in the 10th round. Whoo! We are pulling Samaje up, huh? Was that have I just been blind to him the last 24 hours? Is this where he's been going? Somebody in the chat, let me know. Are you seeing 10th round Samaje Perine? I don't think I've seen 10th round Samaje Perine. Crazy. Absolutely insane. All right, so we're coming back up on the clock here, Jesse. I think that Chuba Hubbard or Trey Benson make the most sense for this particular team.
Is this the one where we have Kyler? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, not that. Yeah, I'd say let's go Benson.
All right, we'll take Benson. I still think we can get production from some future picks. We're on the clock here as well. We are looking at like Zach Charbonnet.
Yeah, either Charbonnet or Algier for me if we're looking rubber running back here.
This is our Bijan team, so I'd rather not grab Algier for this particular team.
All right, sounds good.
But they are understandably interchangeable usually. So this team that we're going to be drafting on again is our Hurts, Goddard stack, Caleb Williams with DeAndre Swift and Keenan Allen. We also have Bijan Robinson, Ramondre Stevenson, Zach Charbonnet to round out running back. Waddle, Ayuk, Flowers, Keenan Allen, Judy. So I think we could do almost anything here, to be honest. As I scroll down, is there anything that stands out to you?
Which one is this? Was that Caleb Williams' team? What position were you aiming for here?
We could do anything, basically.
Well, we already have a tight end. Yeah, I kind. Schultz is good. Or would you grab Mason? Yep.
Yeah, I grabbed Jordan Mason. I've been wanting to get a little more of him. I know he's getting shot up to, rounds of craziness, but he's not drafted heavily in these drafts. So I don't mind taking Jordan Mason every once in a while at the price that he's going now. So we'll take him. We will move back over to our other team, which is the Kyler team, our Arizona stack. It's a 1-3-6-1 build. So going to have to address running back a little bit with one of these next two picks, probably. We're pretty strong at QB and tight end. And yeah, I think we're overall fine. I actually have an idea of what I would like to do with some of the positions on this team, but we'll see what we get with these next two picks. We're going to need some new Spike Week music, Jesse. I go through this playlist so much.
I know you do use it a lot. I should have some more tracks buried that I could send over. I've been finalizing spooky music for the instrumental album.
Yes, the Hometown Ghost Stories instrumental album that Jesse is putting together that I solely get 150% of the proceeds from, which means that after 3 million streams, we will get paid about 14 cents. So,
to which I will have to come out of my pocket and pay you 21 cents.
Yes, that's how it works. Yeah, streaming music. I do feel bad for some artists because you start looking at the numbers that they get paid on streaming.
Well, there's no reason to buy albums anymore if you can just go to Spotify and just play them, right?
Right.
So it does make it tricky.
Definitely does. We are going to be on the clock here next. So this particular team, I'd be fine with grabbing Algier if that's something you like, because this is not the Bijan team.
What do we have? Yeah, only 3 running backs right now. Yeah, probably a good idea.
All right, let's grab Tyler Algier. We'll be coming back on the clock here. This is a 1-4-6-1 build at the moment. I think Algier was the right pick. There is a wide receiver that I like that I don't think is going to come back to us, but alas, if he doesn't, we have some other things we can do. This might end up being a Charbonnet team as well. Bo Nix, round 12, Gardner Minshew. What is happening from the 2-hole?
They're looking for the least productive quarterback play possible.
In round 11, 12, they pulled Samaje Perine up to the 10th. We're going to have to keep an eye on this team. I hope this draft does not get tossed. That would suck. See a double tap at running back with Charbonnet and Jalen Wright. Something tells me that we can get Jalen Polk if we want, because what 20th round pick are they going to take here? Josh Reynolds is the 20th round pick that they're going to take here. And we can get Jalen Polk if we'd like. Are you interested?
Well, we're talking about Patriots players. I'm always interested and disappointed at the same time.
All right, we'll take Jalen Polk. I am very worried about this draft getting tossed.
What was his team before that?
That's what I need to look and see. It's tough to do because we're 2 picks away here.
Right.
This is our Caleb Williams team.
We do have Goddard. We could go Komet if he drops here if we're looking to grab another tight end right away.
Yeah, I think that I usually don't like Komet, but he's falling a little bit. It makes sense for the team correlation. We can do this big Chicago bet. I think that grabbing Komet's fine, and I still think we can grab a third if we would like. But I do think this other pick has to be a wide receiver.
Oh, how many rounds do we have left?
So we have 6 rounds left.
Oh, okay.
But I do think we want to hit wide out on this one. They have been drying up in this draft. I'm down to take Yoshivas if you like him.
Is that how we say his name?
It is how we say his name. We could take Jahan Dotson for a correlation with Jalen Hurts. That probably makes the most sense.
Yeah.
We were just having this discussion on the last drafts.
He is the number 3 at best over there, but that's all right. Might get a game or 2 out of him.
All right, we have some time. Let's take a look at what's going on in this 2-hole here. So starts out relatively normal. They go CMC, Devontae Adams, Rashee Rice, T. Higgins, Amari Cooper, Rashad White, David Montgomery, Ramondre, Brock Bowers.
I mean, really, it only got goofy once you got to Pirine, right?
Yeah. Pirine, Minshew, Nix, Reynolds, which I wonder if so this kind of does look like the star method, because they had Adams, they probably starred Minshew, and they probably knew they wanted to do some sort of Denver thing. So maybe they starred Nix with Reynolds and they were auto drafting. I think that's what happened. They started a bunch of the players that they wanted and they started auto drafting on accident. Because it doesn't
either way, yeah, it doesn't look like they're trying to sabotage. Like the team is pretty solid until you get to Pirine there.
Yeah, I think that is probably what happened here. So I think we've all been there. I think we've all had something similar. I don't star players as much as others do sometimes, sometimes to my own detriment, but I also get nervous of something like this happening where I don't get to build the team I wanted. Because like you said, this team was more than fine coming into the 10th round. So never want to have to pull up Josh Reynolds to the 13th, though. Would make me absolutely sick. Would be very disgusted with myself. We are 5 picks away in this draft. It's a 1-4-7-1 build right now. This is an Arizona team with Kyler, Trey Benson, and Trey McBride. That's our 1 quarterback, our 1 tight end, along with the running back, Trey Benson. At running back, we also have Tony Pollard, Jalen Warren, and Tyler Algier. Wide receivers are absolutely filthy with Amon-Ra, Chris Olave, Waddle, Xavier Worthy, JSN, Dontavian Wicks, and Jalen Polk. But as great as those wide receivers are, I think it's time to address some other positions here. And I'd be open to Braylon Allen if that's someone that strikes your fancy. Khalil Herbert is someone I don't mind as well.
Yeah, we'd want to snag another running back, and then we're going to start looking at what are we doing for backup quarterback and tight end. But yeah, let's beef up the running back position a little bit.
I think we might want to double tap RB here. We're so strong at our individual QB and tight end are really strong. I think we can push the second on those a bit. And I'll tell you why. I do have a particular plan for it. We're 1 pick away on this other one. This draft is just absolutely flying. This is our 2-5-6-2 build. We can kind of go wherever we want here. We can take the shot at Quentin Johnson if that's somebody that we like.
Yeah, I think snagging another wide receiver, maybe Mims.
Yeah, we can do Mims. I have so much Mims, but let's add some more of him. Clearly, it's a player that I do have some faith in. We're going to be on the clock here in a second. This is the one that I think we should be grabbing another running back personally. Let's click on the running back. Marshawn Lloyd, I like. I think that is the play. I think Marshawn Lloyd here.
Sure.
And we are on the clock on the other one. Oh boy. We are messing up. We are here. We've endured. We're going to grab QJ as we discussed. And this one, we have righted the ship. We did not auto pick, but we are 17 away on both. Very much, these always tend to sync up somehow. And you just have to deal with the nonsense. And it's especially great when they sync up when you have the same pick number on both of them. So
that's true.
It's good times. But we're getting there. The team that this Kyler team. God, let me look at the usernames, see if anyone in here is going to steal our stuff. Al Boogie is lurking in chat. Let me take a look at his roster. I can't imagine he is going to be a guy that's going to want to do what I want to do. But since we are just so absolutely strong at QB and tight end with Trey McBride and Kyler Murray, we already have the Lave. I think we can build out New Orleans on this team. Get Juwan Johnson and Derek Carr with our next two picks. This is me being very brave by saying that so far away, but that is what I was looking at and why I thought we should go with another running back in that particular spot. Do you have thoughts?
Well, what are the other options at quarterback if this doesn't work out? We just saw Drake May go.
Drake May, this is the other draft. So,
okay.
Yes. The other draft on the board right now is Levis, Darnold, Bryce Young, Drake May, Daniel Jones, Derek Carr.
We still have some options.
Yeah, but I think that we only worry about Carr if we can get Juwan Johnson, who I think we're going to be able to get. I think we're going to be good. We are 6 away on this one, though, so let's turn our attention to this draft that is flying by. This is a 2-5-8-2 build. This is a Bijan Robinson team, so our running backs are pretty strong here, even though we have 5 of them. This, I think, is actually our more fun team. Like, I really like this team, the way this team's building.
This is enjoyable. Yeah, it'll be exciting to see the quarterback play with this team.
Yes. And I do think we are open to a third tight end on this team if we wanted to. I think we can grab another wide receiver. I think running back's open. I think the only thing we don't want is another quarterback on this particular team.
Shouldn't need it.
Should not need it at all. Hell, Jalen Hurts won this tournament by himself 2 years ago, which is crazy since it's cumulative scoring. All right, we are about to be on the clock in 1 moment here. I would be open to a lot of things, actually. All right, let's start talking about it. If you wanted to go running back, I'd be okay with Shipley to get that team level correlation with Hurts. I'm fine with taking the flyer at Malachi Corley. I don't especially want any of the available tight ends at the moment, unless maybe you like Colby Parkinson.
I've had some fun with Colby Parkinson, but I think we go Shipley here.
All right, we'll do this Eagles build out here. I don't think we need another running back there. We're going to flip back over to this team that we were discussing.
Oh, we're on the clock. Good thing you did.
We're on the clock. I think this is where we grab Juwan Johnson.
With it.
Now the question becomes, do we want to be brave?
And
But
try to push Derek Carr again.
Yeah, because I think we can get Malik Washington if we want him. If he hasn't gone yet. Do you like? So we're back to the other team though. So do you like Malachi Corley? Do you like anyone that I'm scrolling by? Does anyone stand
Is
out
this where
you?
No, we don't need a tight end on this one, do we?
I wouldn't mind another tight end if there's one that you like.
We get to. I mean, Gesicki's on a new team.
I don't like Gesicki.
No,
I like Theo Johnson.
Theo Johnson seems like fun, yeah.
Let's do Theo.
And then if need be, no, this is the one where we don't need a quarterback.
We don't need a quarterback. We just wrapped a tight end there as well. We only have one pick left on that team. We're already up to the 20th round. Did Malik go yet? Malik Washington went in the 15th round here. Al Boogie. Of course, Al. Grabbing all the ones. So we can just grab Carr and lock up this New Orleans thing.
Yeah, might as well just grab him.
All right. So we're done at QB here. I believe we're done at tight end as well. I don't think we need more than McBride and Juwan Johnson. We got 3 picks left in that one. We're down to our last pick in this first one. This is going to be either a running back or a wide receiver. Probably another running back for this team. We're 2-6-8-3. This is this team does not need a running back, so we can do wide receiver or running back. Kind of a luxury pick here. Whatever we decide on.
Let's take a look at the wide receivers.
See if there's any targets here. I would like for you to show me the wide receivers. Thank you. It's a great list.
Wait, did Juju get signed back to KC?
He did. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, that's not who I'm interested in. Last round pick. What were you gonna say?
He literally just went, so disregard. I've been taking some Mac Hollins here and there, like as a flyer. I mean, that's what we're looking at in this range, is just like straight up flyers.
Yeah.
Alec Pierce might have some viability with the Downs injury for a little bit. He might be able to spike a game or two. I've been doing a ton of Parker Washington. I do like me some Parker Washington. I'm going to start Parker Washington. We can look at running backs as well.
I never even scrolled that deep to where I saw KJ Osborne down there. It's actually looked pretty good in preseason, but doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, he might come out, and I think we've undervalued KJ Osborne a little bit, but I think that's a ship that's already sailed for me. Have you scrolled through the dust ball running backs?
Yeah, sometimes I'll grab Dalvin Cook and just see if anything happens. I didn't even know Cordell Patterson still played football. I thought he's been gone for years.
Oh, you just shot the chat through the heart saying that you've taken Dalvin Cook.
This was the last pick in a couple of the deeper drafts.
They are going to come to your house with pitchforks. You are going to get absolutely roasted. So I'll take a bullet as well. I've taken Jamal Williams in like 1 or 2 drafts throughout the offseason.
Yep. I also have.
It's gross, and I don't love it. And I hate it a lot, but I have done it. I think just based on what's available here, I'm a little more comfortable just taking that Parker Washington stab on this team, if you're comfortable with that.
Is Thornton listed as the WR1 on the Patriots depth chart right now?
Possibly. My rebuttal would be, imagine thinking the Patriots have a wide receiver 1.
Right.
That would be my rebuttal. But
why not? Because he's taking some Miles Sanders. Do we need another running back on this team? Yeah, we are kind of thin, aren't we?
I don't think we're thin. I think we're.
Oh yeah, scroll up.
This is the Bijan team.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we just grabbed Parker Washington on this team.
With it.
And that's complete. And unfortunately, I can't read it because we are on the clock over here. And I don't know what I want to do.
Where are we at here? How many wide receivers do we have?
This is a 2-6-7-2 build right now. We don't need quarterback. We don't need tight end. We can flirt with any of the wide receivers or running backs if there's any that appeal to you. But we are going to end up auto drafting. But it's okay, everyone. I starred Malachi Corley.
Corley's a good pick.
For when he gets his one gadget touchdown this season. And he still doesn't make our lineup. But it's fine. We can say we took him. Sanders got some coach speak yesterday. Talked about the wide receiver 4 instead of him. Just talked about which wide receiver 4. Who are we talking about? I had the star method and missed a pick and took Pollard 2.5 rounds early. It was sad because the team was cooking and got a big downgrade at wide receiver.
Oh, he's talking about because we were talking about KJ Osborne.
Oh.
That was just solely on preseason play. I know that they weren't even starting the starters in that game.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Osborne gets some run, but like, what is run in the Patriots offense this year is like my first question.
I believe it was Osborne who caught that big touchdown that got called back because of the offensive line not setting up in the right positions, but it was a beautiful looking play.
Well, get ready, buckle up, because that's happening all season.
That O-line is no bueno.
No good. All right, we can take Jalen Hyatt here. We can do a real deep cut, take Emmanuel Wilson. I do think we need another running back on this team. Trey Sermon we can take on Indy. Or we can take Garendo.
I don't have any Garendo, but I kind of like Wilson there.
All right, let's take Wilson. Billy, we just did two multi-table and then another 2. So we're going to call it after this draft. We also have so let's do some plugs real quick. Because tonight at 6 o'clock, we also have the lab, which you can access via the Spike Week Discord. We put out a Zoom call. You get the link to that in the Discord. Eric drops it right in the general chat. And we do a talk for about an hour and a half with some of the main best ball players, people that you will see in your drafts. Everyone jumps on the call. We discuss certain things. I feel like this is going to be a wrap up and a look forward call, but who knows? There's no agenda. It's just people asking questions, giving out theories, some of the best ball talk you will hear. So that's at 6 o'clock tonight. Tonight at 9 o'clock, you can catch myself and Jesse again on Hometown Ghost Stories, where we are going to be talking about some of the crazier old newspaper articles that I've stumbled across in my journeys of looking up haunted locations. So most of them are 100 years old or around there, and what they used to write in the newspaper is absolutely wild.
Truly is. Those are always a lot of fun, though. Should be a good stream.
Yeah, it'll be fun. So that's at 9 p.m. Eastern tonight over on the Hometown Ghost Stories channel. So that is my agenda for the night, jumping in all that. And I have to watch a half of a movie as well. So
same. I am also halfway through.
Yeah.
New Orleans, do we fly back on Sunday or Monday?
Monday.
Have we looked into whether or not there's a Saints game going on Sunday?
There's not. I looked.
Ah.
We booked the trip before the schedule came out. So it was like a roll of the dice if the Saints were going to be playing when we were there. And they happened to not be home that week. Well, you can double check. Maybe I looked at something wrong.
I would assume you're correct, but we shall take a look. It's a stadium I always wanted to go to. We will be there September 29th. It looks like they're in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would have been a fun game to watch because that's a huge rivalry.
Yep. We would have liked that. I only got one in the 250. I wasn't able to get... So my volume got really reduced this year. I've talked about it on a few shows, but just life schedule. I traveled every other week the past 2 or 3 months to New York for work, and it really affected my drafting schedule, honestly. So I didn't get as many teams in as I wanted, as I normally would have. Something that and when I say that, I could show you how many teams I've drafted, and most people would think that I'm absolutely a psychopath still. But I did not get in near the volume that I got in last year, but we're still like thousands of dollars into best ball. So,
T Money, can you tell us a little bit more about that trade? Is there is a full point PPR? Just looking at it off the bat, no, I wouldn't do that trade. But what about you, Rob?
I mean, again, you asked the right question. What are we dealing with? That's what we need to know. Like what type of tournament it is. I mean, what kind of league it is. Running backs are garbage. We don't like them. Do you want to take an absolute flyer?
Well, we talk about Cordell Patterson here or what?
No, we're talking about Sion Vaki.
That I got nothing on that. I don't even know what that is. I know he's on Detroit. What's he? Third string? Fourth string?
Third string.
Third string.
Converted safety. We'll take it for the bit. So this team is Kyler Murray, Derek Carr, Tony Pollard, Jalen Warren, Trey Benson, Tyler Algier, Braylon Allen, Marshawn Lloyd, Sione Vaki, Amon-Ra St. Brown. See, that's the team level correlation. This is how we think. We correlated our 20th pick with our first round pick. Chris Olave, Jalen Waddle, Xavier Worthy, JSN, Dontavian Wicks, Jalen Polk, Malachi Corley, Jalen Hyatt, Trey McBride. That's a word. Trey McBride, Jawan Johnson. We did Arizona and a New Orleans stack on this team. It is pretty fun. I still liked our other team a little bit better, but that is where we're at. 10-man PPR, I would not do that trade.
No, I would not in the first place, but yeah, I just
would not do it. Before we get out of here, Jesse, is there anything you want to pitch?
No, I don't think so. It was a pleasure being on. Always fun being on the Spike Week streams, talking a little fantasy football, and love Drafters. It's a really fun platform. The way it's great.
We do love us some Drafters. They are great. Tons of overlay in that tournament. Going to be much easier to return money on your investment there. For myself, for Jesse, jump in the Spike Week Discord. Join us tonight at 6 o'clock. It's going to be a great call. We'll catch you next time. Peace. Woo! Those were some spicy takes. Want to stay up to date with all of the other spicy takes we're going to have over here at Spike Week? Why don't you press that subscribe button below? You turn notifications on, we draft a team, boom, you know about it. We have another spicy take, boom, you know about it. You can be there. You can draft with us. You want to stay up to date? That's how you do it. All right, we'll catch you later next time here at Spike Week.